So it feels to me like there are two separate pieces to this conversation, Marcus.
Yeah.
One, did that sound like Brady saying goodbye to the Bucs or goodbye to pro football? And if he wants to keep playing, is RC right?
I think he's saying goodbye to football. And listen, here's the thing. Y'all be posting stuff too when I say it on this show.
Mm-hmm.
And then people be in my comments and they be mad.
Yeah.
But you remember when I said it was time for Brady to go home?
Yes.
Like that was what I was seeing, right? Tom Brady, listen, we could talk about the perfect situation and the offensive line and the run game. First of all, I don't want to see you go. This ain't basketball. All right, everybody keep talking about Jordan and the Wizards. This ain't, bro. People get knocked out there.
Yeah.
That's number one. The other thing is, you don't want people to remember this about your career. And literally, I was not saying, Tom, go home because you can't throw for 5,000 yards or whatever. Like this NFL now, it's much easier to have a lot of passing yards in this league. The other thing is this, man. Like when I watched Tom Brady last night, this is football. Tom does not want to get touched in a football game. It's not possible for you not to get touched. Mm-hmm. We saw him ducking and throwing balls into the ground. Obviously, we saw the interception in the red zone. And guys, this has been all year long. Yeah. Everybody gonna act like last night was the first. This has been all year. If you've watched football, I had a dude DM me and was like, don't get put in your grave talking about Tom Brady. Because people care about it that much, right?
Sure.
I didn't turn it in security. I'm good. But on a serious note, last night watching Tom Brady play, my mind went to, dude, you can't play in this league like that. You just can't.
Let me go to the GM. Will teams want him?
Yeah, somebody will want him because he's Tom Brady. There's not enough of a greedy. But what I learned over the last week, look at what's playing in the league. Of the 8 quarterbacks left, 7 are high-end athletes, from Trevor Lawrence, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Daniel Jones. And when I think about Matt Stafford, Matt Ryan, Tom Brady, I think it's passing them by. And when they won a championship down there, it was a perfect storm. They had a great offensive line, they had great skill players, and they had a great defense. And to answer your question, Gritty, sure. Do I think maybe Vegas with Josh McDaniels for one more year, could they squeeze it out? Possibly. But if I'm Josh McDaniels, I want the future, not the past.
Yeah. Let the record show that youth is being served in these playoffs. The oldest remaining starting quarterback in the playoffs now is Dak Prescott. He's 29. Tom Brady will be 46
that's the league.
when next season. Well, my point is that Tom Brady is 40. Tom Brady old enough to actually technically to be his
just
father.
don't want to see the guy look like that.
That's the thing. I wasn't thinking Jordan on the Wizards. I was thinking Willie Mays on the Mets. Yeah. Famously falling down in the outfield. That's how bad he was last night. And he threw 66 passes.
Of all the bad throws, the slide tackle was the one that upset me the most. Because that to me speaks of some desperation. And I don't want him to retire. If he want to keep playing, more power to you. People will want him. He can go do it. I don't. His resume and legacy is unimpeachable. He could be the worst quarterback in football for 5 years. He still won 7 Super Bowls. As long as he don't do no more foolishness like this, that's the one that made me really bother me.
Honestly, I get what you and Mike T are saying about keep playing. Bro, I don't think Tom Brady gonna win you games anymore in this league. Now I know people are scared to say that. But to your point, G, where we are in the playoffs, but ultimately, when you look at this league now, all right, and we looking at all of these games being played, your athleticism got to be a part of your game now.
Yeah.
It don't have to be all of your game. But in order for you to convert critical third downs, stretch plays out to make plays, you got to be going, bro. Because the difference is, and this is what I talk about, the pocket passer was the guy that we knew you could win a Super Bowl with, but it was all predicated on protection. And then these guys start coming and extending play. Kyle Shanahan calls an athletic game for his quarterback. Go ahead.
Just to add to that, when you talk to the all-time greats like Dan Marino and Brett Favre, guys that have been around, it wasn't their arm that did them in. It was the fact they couldn't move anymore.
Yeah. Well, look, is what you're saying that if your quarterback is, I'm just off the top of my head, Kirk Cousins, Mac Jones, some of these older guys you mentioned, Stafford, is that day over?
He's still one of the 32 best quarterbacks in the world.
For sure.
So, and he don't want much money. I don't understand why a team wouldn't want him.
All right, so let's see what winds up happening. We'll come back to Brady as we go. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.